Welcome to another video. Now today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to be looking at a very different style of music. I don't think I've even covered this style of music on my channel before. We're going to be looking at an artist called Halsey. Well, I'm assuming this is different. I have no idea of anything about this artist, because we're going to be looking at the track Lilith from the new game Diablo 4. And I'm doing this mostly because I've been playing Diablo 4 a lot recently. I've actually been streaming it on Twitch. It's my first real stream I've ever done on Twitch. But I saw that there was an official song to go along with the track, and I wanted to have a look at it. So I thought, why the hell not do it here? So obviously, the song Lilith is performed by Halsey, featuring Suga from BTS, which is a Korean sort of boy band which are pretty huge worldwide. I know they've got a massive following. I have several friends who really like their music. I've never actually listened to any of BTS's music, but from what I understand, they are pretty huge. Now, like I said, I don't know who Halsey is, so I thought I'd have a look them up, see who they are. And Halsey is Ashley Nicolette Frangipane, or Frangipani. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm assuming it's not Frangipane like the food. But anyway, and they were born in September 1994. She's an American singer and songwriter, and she was born and raised in New Jersey, gaining attention for self-released music on social media. She was signed to Astral Works in 2014 with her debut EP, Room 93. So, you know, there's a whole bunch of other information here. I'm not going to go through all of it because there is a lot. But that's just a general gist of who she is. Now, like I said, given that they're partnering with a member of BTS, I'm assuming this is going to be sort of pop-ish music, maybe. I don't know. But I'm still curious about the song. So that's what we're going to look at today. Now, anybody who knows anything about Diablo would know that Lilith is the main antagonist of said game. And yeah, I'm very curious to see what this piece of music is like. I just wanted to know. So we're going to look at that. We'll jump straight into it. I have lyrics here. I'm hoping that they're going to be accurate. So we'll just jump into it and have a look. So Lilith by Halsey featuring Suga from BTS. Let's have a look.
The more that you have, the more that they take. Well, I'm perfection when it comes to indiscretion. I fuck around and just succumb to my aggression. I taste blood and it's turned to an obsession. Baby, I'm confessing, yeah. You got me thinking that I was too mean. Well, everything that I say I believe. Tuck a knife with my heart up my sleeve and change like a season. Reason for nothing, I am disruptive. I've been corrupted, and by now I don't need a fucking introduction. I've been gone, cause I've been on this road too long. You know I get too caught up in the moment. I can't call it love if I show it. I just fuck things up if you notice. Have you noticed? Tell me, have you noticed? I get too caught up in the moment. I can't fall in love if I show it. I just fuck things up if you notice. Have you noticed? Tell me, have you noticed? I got a problem doing things I'm not supposed to. But you did anything I told you. Cause you let anybody with a body control you. And you know me too. You got me feeling like I've been too mean. And everything that I say I believe. Tuck a knife with my heart up my sleeve. And fuck like a demon. Do it like nothing. I am disgusting. I've been corrupted. And by now I don't need no help to be destructive. I've been gone. Yeah, I've been on this road too long.
I know you get too caught up in a moment. You can call it love if you show it. We just fuck things up, yeah I noticed. Yeah I noticed, hear me, yeah I noticed. Step out of the moment that's been trapping you in all this negativity of hate and insanity. Don't dwell on the past, it's time to make a change. Look around, believe in what you see, I have returned to hell.
I get too caught up in the moment.
have you noticed? Tell me, have you noticed? I get too caught up in the moment. I can't fall in love cause I'm focused. I just fuck things up if you notice. Have you noticed? Tell me, have you noticed?
The more that you give away, the more that you have, the more that you give away. The more that you have, the more that you give away. The more that you have, the more that they say.
Well, there we go. Lilith by Halsey featuring Suga from BTS. It's a pretty minimalist song. You know, there isn't actually much to the actual piece of music in itself. You know, the background beat of the music is very, very minimalist. There's not really much. I don't want to say there's not much depth to it because, you know, it still sounded pretty good. But, you know, instrument-wise, there isn't that much going on. You know, you've got the drum beat in the background, which I'm guessing is a drum machine, and, you know, a little bit of electronica going over the top. But overall, there's not actually that much going on. Now, I will say, you know, Halsey's got a pretty decent voice. I mean, it's nothing spectacular. It sounds pretty not generic, I don't want to say, but, you know, it sounds pretty standard. You know, it's nothing groundbreaking. And, you know, Suga from BTS, I must say, is not what I thought he'd sound like. He had a much deeper voice than I was expecting. Now, the first lot of lyrics I had were actually inaccurate. But I found some others whilst we were watching the video. And the video itself was quite interesting. There wasn't really much imagery relating to Diablo, other than perhaps a great big sort of church/cathedral, which, you know, they appear a fair amount in Diablo games. And there was obviously that image of Lilith right at the end of the video. How this song actually relates to the character of Lilith, I don't know. But we'll go into what the lyrics here are saying. There's an almost spoken part and slightly whispered part by Halsey at the moment. It says, the more you have, the more they take away. Well, I'm perfection when it comes to indiscretion. Might fuck around and just succumb to my aggression. I taste blood and it's turned into an obsession. Baby, I'm confessing, yeah. You got me thinking that I was too mean. Well, everything that I say, I believe. Tuck a knife with my heart up my sleeve and change like a season, reason for nothing. I'm disruptive, I've been corrupted, and by now I don't need a fucking introduction. I've been gone 'cause I've been on this road too long. So I'm perfection when it comes to indiscretion. So it's like, I'm not a discreet person, you know. I'm boom right there, right in your face. You know, I'm not subtle about anything. Now there's a little note here. It says this verse has actually been changed from the original song. So this first set of lyrics I had might be different. You know, might be from, you know, the version for the actual Diablo game itself. Might not have as much cursing in it because the word fuck gets said a lot in this track. So, you know, it's possible that the song's been altered ever so slightly for, say, like the official game trailer. I'm not sure. So, yeah, because it says here, first impressions was changed to indiscretion, you know. So the original version says, well, I'm perfect when it comes to impressions. And it got here changed to indiscretion, meaning, you know, like I said before, you know, I'm good at, I'm not subtle, you know, so I'm perfect at that, you know, I'm really in your face. I might fuck around and just succumb to my aggression, so, you know, I'm not going to try and hold back, I'm just going to let things come to me, you know. If I'm angry, I'm going to let you bloody know about it. I taste blood and it's turned into an obsession, so, like, I've cut people down, you know, possibly verbally, you know, I've been aggressive towards people and I've now got a taste for it. You know, I enjoy being evil, you know. I'm really relishing it, you know. And this is kind of like Lilith in the game, you know. She's obviously this big demon who takes great joy and, you know, relishes the suffering of other people. So, you know, that could relate to Lilith directly. It says, baby, I'm confessing, yeah. So it's like, yeah, I'm telling you all this, you know. I don't care. You got me thinking that I was too mean. Well, everything I say, I believe. So you've got, you know, you've been sitting there telling me, you know, you're quite a mean person. You know, you had me believing that I was too mean, but the way I see it, I'm acting accordingly with what I believe, you know, because everything that I'm saying, that's the way that I see the world. So I don't think I'm overreacting. I'm reacting as I feel I should to things as they are coming at me. So I tuck a knife with my heart up my sleeve. So, you know, when people wear their heart on their sleeve, you know, it's like they're very empathetic, you know, and they're very open and receptive to other people, but they're tucking their heart up their sleeve. So that's like, you know, I'm hiding all this away from you, and I'm hiding this knife with it as well. I'm disrupted. I've been corrupted. So yeah. Then it goes into the chorus. You know, I get too caught up in a moment. I can't call it love if I show it. I just fuck things up if you noticed. Have you noticed? Tell me, have you noticed? I get too caught up in a moment. I can't fall in love if I show it. I just fuck things up if you noticed. Have you noticed? Tell me, have you noticed? Excuse me. Then it goes, I've got a problem doing things I'm not supposed to. But you did anything I told you, because you'd let anybody with a body control you, and you know it too. And you got me feeling like I've been too mean, and everything that I say I believe. Tuck a knife with my heart up my sleeve, and fuck like a demon. Do it like nothing. I am disgusting, I've been corrupted, and by now I don't need no help to be destructive. I've been gone too long, yeah, I've been on this road too long. So I've got a problem doing things I'm not supposed to do, so I have this habit of doing things that I'm not supposed to do. You know, people don't want me to do these things, but I'm going to do it anyway, you know. No one's going to tell me what to do. They don't want me to do it, I'm going to do it anyway. But you did anything I told you, because you let anybody with a body control you. So it's like, you did everything. You're subservient to me, you know. You're so weak-willed that if someone tells you to do something, you're just going to go and do it. And, you know, you're my bitch now, basically. And it says there, and you know it too. It's like, you know you're weak-willed. You know that anything I ask you to do, you're going to do, because you just want to please the people around you. Then it goes slightly back to the first verse. It goes, you got me feeling like I've been too mean, and everything that I say I believe. Again, you know, you made me think that, you know, I'm a horrible person, but everything I do for a reason, because that's the way that I believe. You know, I feel I'm reacting naturally to what's happening in the world around me. It says, and fuck like a demon, do it like nothing. I am disgusting, I've been corrupted. So, you know, yeah, and by now I don't need no help to be destructive. So I don't need anyone to help me accomplish my goals. You know, I'm doing perfectly well destroying things as it is. I've been gone, yeah. I've been on this road too long. So I've been travelling this road so long. There's no redemption for me, really. You know, I'm pure evil. I know it. I'm destructive. I'm a violent, destructive presence. There's no way of coming back from this. You know, I've been on this road so long now. You know, any goodness that's in me is gone. You know, and then it comes, and then that's when Suga or however you pronounce his name comes in and goes, I know you get too caught up in a moment. You can't call it love if you show it. We just fuck things up. Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, I noticed. Hear me. Yeah, I noticed. Step out of the moment that's been trapping you in all this negativity of hatred and insanity. Don't dwell on the past. It's time to make a change. Look around. Believe in what you see. I have returned to hell. So this is like, this could be the subservient person that she's been speaking to, possibly, or it could be just like the population in general saying, yeah, we've noticed what you're like, you know. I know you get caught up in the moment, and you know you can't call it love or what have you. And it says we just fucked things up. So again, this leads me more to believe this is from the sort of subservient person's point of view. So step out of the moment that's been trapping you in all this negativity of hatred and insanity. So it almost sounds like this person's trying to help redeem Lilith, but you know, she's already said, you know, there's not a bloody chance. It says, don't dwell on the past. It's time to make a change. Look around. Believe in what you see. So, and then it goes back into the chorus with both Halsey and Suga singing. It says, you know, I get too caught up in a moment. I can't call it love if I show it. I just fuck things up if you noticed. Have you noticed? Tell me, have you noticed? I get too caught up in a moment. I can't fall in love because I'm focused. I just fuck things up if you noticed. Have you noticed? Tell me, have you noticed? And then it goes into the outro. It says, the more that you give away, the more that you have. More that you give away, more that you have. The more that you give away, the more that you have, the more that they take. And that's that. So yeah, I mean, you could say, you know, it's very basically loose. No, very loosely based around the character of Lilith, because obviously she's a very destructive force, and she seems to take great pleasure in causing all that mayhem and destruction. And you know, this says so. You know, sort of defines the character in itself. Plus all the people that she's sort of dominating and making her servants, because you know, throughout the game she's obviously convincing other people that what she's doing is right. You know, I mean, I'm not even that far in the game, and you know, there's already been at least 2 people that I can think of that she sort of tempted and sort of drawn along with her. You know, so you know, there's that aspect in the song as well. The actual song itself, you know, it was almost what I expected. You know, I maybe expected a bit of a grander sound, you know, because I mean, this is Diablo. You know, this game has been, you know, the Diablo games have been around for bloody years. You know, I up until a year ago, I even still had the original Diablo on disc somewhere, but of course, when I lost my possessions, that went along with it, you know. And you know, I've played Diablo since the first one. Diablo 2 is still my favourite, although I did like Diablo 3. Diablo 2 is still my favourite. And you know, I like Diablo 3. You know, it looks really, really impressive. It's the first time they've actually introduced character customization into the game, you know, because before you could pick a character, but they always looked the same. But you know, you can actually customize your character in this one. I really like the game. I have a few gripes with it, but that's, you know, not something I need to talk about here. But you know, the piece of music, I did quite like it. You know, it wasn't anything spectacular, but it was a pretty decent piece of music. And like I said, you know, Halsey's obviously got a good voice, but there's nothing spectacular about her voice. You know, it seems pretty, like I said, I don't want to say average, because it is a very good voice, but there's nothing groundbreaking about the sound of her voice. You know, there's a lot of other pop artists out there with similar voices. And, you know, Suga, obviously, like I said, he's got a deeper voice than I expected. I don't know why I expected a higher pitched voice. Maybe it's just something I expect from boy bands in general, because, you know, they normally have a slightly higher, lighter tone. Maybe he's using a deeper tone in this to put a more sinister edge into the song, given the subject matter. I don't know. Like I said, I've never actually heard any music by BTS either. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I quite liked it. You know, I'm not sure I'd go out of my way to listen to it over and over and over again, but, you know, I didn't hate it. But yeah, I don't know what else I can say about that, so I'll leave that as it is. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like, maybe even subscribe, because that would really, really help me out. Because at the moment, I think only about 9-10% of the people watching my videos are actually subscribed. And because of that, all of my videos are sort of just disappearing into the ether of the YouTube algorithm. And, you know, nobody's watching them. I'm not getting any likes or anything like that. So nobody's actually seeing my videos. And, you know, that kind of sucks, because I put a lot of time and effort into these videos. And, yeah. But anyway, yeah. So, you know, if you could like and subscribe, that would be great. You know, it doesn't cost you anything. It takes like a couple of seconds at tops. You know, it would really help me out. But, yeah. not much more I can say, so I'm going to leave that as it is. Thank you all very, very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.